Raigad is a hill fort situated in the Mahad, Raigad district of Maharashtra, India. The Maratha king Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj built this fort and made his capital in 1674 when he was crowned king of the Maratha Kingdom, which later developed into the Maratha Empire, eventually covering majority of modern-day India. The fort which rises 820 meters above sea level, is located in the Sahyadri mountain range. There are approximately 1737 steps leading to the fort, though today Raigad Ropeway, an aerial tramway, exists to reach the top of the fort in 10 minutes. The fort was looted and destroyed by the British after its capture in 1818. History: Shivaji had seized the fort in 1656, then the fort of Rari, from Chandrarao More, a feudatory of the Sultan of Bijapur. Shivaji renovated and expanded the fort of Rari and renamed it Raigad. It became the capital of Shivaji's kingdom. Bachad and Raigad Wadi villages are located at the base of the Raigad. These two were very important villages during the Maratha rule. Actual climb on the top of Raigad starts from Bachad. In Maratha rule, 10,000 cavalry was always kept as a standby in Bachad village. After capturing Rari from Chandrarao More, Shivaji also built another fort, Lingana, which is around 2 miles away from Raigad, where he used to keep prisoners. In 1689, Zulfikar Khan captured Raigad and Aurangzeb renamed it as Islamgarh. In 1765, the Raigad Fort, along with Malwan in present Sindhudurg district, the southernmost district of Maharashtra, was the target of an armed expedition by the British East India Company, which considered it a practical stronghold. In 1818, the fort was bombarded and destroyed by using cannons from the hill of Kalgai, and as per treaty on 9 May 1818, it had been handed over to British East India Company. Major features: the fort was built by Chandrarao More in 1030. Its ruins today consist of the Queen's quarters, 6 chambers, with each chamber having its own private restroom. The main palace was constructed using wood, of which only the bases of pillars remain. Ruins of 3 watchtowers can be seen directly in front of the palace grounds, overlooking an artificial lake called Gangasagar Lake created next to the fort. Now only 2 are visible. 3rd watchtower collapsed in bombarding. It also has a view of the execution point called Takmak Tok, a cliff from which the sentenced prisoners were thrown to the death. The area is now fenced off. The fort also has ruins of the market, and it has such structure that one can shop even while riding on a horse. Mahad having 2 very huge bastions on both sides of the door, which are approximately 65 to 70 feet height. The top of the fort is 600 feet higher from the location of this door. Fort was having only one access route, which goes through this Mahadawaha, Kablada Buruj, named Dawaha, Hati Talav, Gangasagar are the famous attractions of the fort. Tomb of Jijabai, Shivaji's mother, can be seen at base village Bachad. The fort has a famous wall called Hirakani Buruj, constructed over a huge cliff. Its story is that a woman by the name of Hirakani from a nearby village at the foothills of Raigad had come to sell milk to the people living in the fort. She was inside the fort when the gates were locked by sunset. The love for her infant son back at her village gave her the courage to climb down the cliff in the dark. She repeated the feat in front of King Shivaji, and was rewarded for it. In appreciation of her courage, Shivaji arranged for a wall built at this location. Even today we can see it standing. The king's public court has a replica of the original throne that faces the main doorway called the Nagakana Dawaha. This enclosure had been acoustically designed to aid hearing from the doorway to the throne. A secondary entrance, called the Mena Dawaha, was supposedly the private entrance of the royal ladies of the fort as it leads to the Queen's quarters. The erstwhile main entrance to the fort is the imposing Mahad. The convoy of the king and the king himself used the Parki. To the right of Parki is a row of 3 dark and deep chambers. Historians believe that these were the granaries for the fort. A statue of Shivaji is erected in front of the ruins of the main market avenue that eventually leads to the Jagdishwar Mandir and his own Samadhi, and that of his loyal dog Wagya. The statue was removed by alleged members of the Sambhaji Brigade in July 2012 as a protest but was reinstated by Sri Shivaji Raigad Smarak Samiti, the Archaeological Survey of India, sculptor Rambhau Parki and the district administration. Gallery.